Again, we will be having yoga at the library today. If anyone would like to be there, I'm excited about being there. And again, we're going to get started. Soles of our feet together, knees out wide. If you have a bolster and a block, that's wonderful. If you don't, that's also completely fine. Again, starting to move down on our backs, allowing our knees to fall open with gravity, allowing our shoulders to fall open with gravity as well. Starting to connect with the breath. Breathing into a 4 count, holding to a 4 count, and exhaling to a 4 count. And as you breathe, breathe in through the belly, up through the ribs, the lungs, all the way to the tops of your throats. And then exhale in the opposite direction from the tops of your throats, down through the ribs, the lungs, all the way to your bellies, as though you're wringing water from a washcloth, bringing navel into spine. Again, perhaps place your right hands on your bellies and your left hands on your hearts to track the breath as it moves through your bodies. And let's begin. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Now allow your breathing to come naturally to its own rhythm. Allow the warmth of your breath to go to any area of your body that is tense or sore, and allow the breath to relieve the tension or soreness that is there. Imagine your breath gathering up all of the tension and soreness in your bodies and breathing it out so that you begin to feel peaceful and relaxed. Any distracting thoughts or feelings that you may have, allow them to be sent out with the breath. And as you breathe, allow yourselves to go deeper and deeper into this state of calm, knowing that you are in control at all times. Connect with a personal intention for this practice. That intention could be physical, mental, or spiritual. And it could be for you or for someone you love, or for anyone around the world that you feel needs healing and love. Seal that intention with one deep inhale and one deep exhale. Good job. Inhale those knees and arms to center. Exhale as your knees and arms come over to the right side. Stay here for a few minutes, breathing in and out. Good job. And then slowly using the strength of your arms, roll up. Remove the bolster from beneath you. Remove your block from beneath you, but keep them handy. And roll back onto your backs. Draw those knees in for a hug. Rock back and forth. Massage your lower backs and your kidneys. And then place the soles of your feet on the mat. Inhale as you place your hands around your left thigh, interlace your fingers, and exhale as you extend your leg. Flexing your foot, dragging your shoulders back and down, keeping your hip down as you do. Breathing in and out. Possibly grab onto your toes, dragging those shoulders back and down again as much as possible. Again, breathing in and out. As you breathe in, find where there's resistance in the body. As you breathe out, breathe that resistance out. Have a painting by Yves Prière that's above me. It's a watercolor, and Yves Prière is from the area in France that we lived in for quite some time. He has a museum in Les Baux-de-Provence, which is one of our favorite places. Adix is named after the last princess of Les Baux-de-Provence. But I don't like the frame, so I really want a mural back. And I've asked my husband to switch it out because it's a little bit brighter to have that. So just to let you know, as a matter of fact, Innocenti, this piece from Italy, is not my favorite. I'm very contemporary and very bright colors, so we'll be changing some of this stuff. But anyway, this painting is very sweet, though. I like this one. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, in and out. Then slowly inhale as you allow that right hand to fall down to the right. Exhale as you allow that left leg to fall open with gravity. Again, keeping that right hip down as much as possible. Holding on wherever is comfortable for you. You can hold on to your thigh, your calf, your toes. You can also use a block underneath your leg or a bolster. Wherever you are is perfect. Breathing in and out. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. And slowly inhale to center. Extend that right leg. Grab onto your foot with your right hand. Allow that left hand to come down to the carpet or the floor. And exhale that left leg down all the way to the right as far as you can. Keeping your hips down as much as you can. Keeping those shoulders down. Holding on wherever is comfortable, your thigh, your calf, your toes. Again, this can be done with a strap. The whole series of exercises can be done with a strap if that's more comfortable for you. Breathing in and out. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, in and out. Then slowly inhale as you draw that leg to center. Exhale as you draw your knees in, giving yourselves a hug, rocking back and forth. Place the soles of your feet on the mat. Place your right and your left hand around your right thigh. Inhale first. Exhale as you extend that leg. Drag your shoulders back and down. Again, keep your hips down as much as possible. Maybe grab onto your toes and drag that leg even closer if this is in your practice. Wherever you are is perfect. And smile. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, in and out. Then slowly inhale as you allow that left hand to fall down. Exhale as you allow that right leg to fall open with gravity as far as you can. Keep that left hip down. Breathing in and out. Again, you can use a bolster or block if you'd like to underneath your leg. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, in and out. Then slowly inhale as you draw that leg to center. Extend that left leg. Grab on to your right foot with your left hand. And slowly exhale as you allow that right leg to fall over to the left. Again, keep that right hip down as much as possible. Keep your shoulders down. Shoulders down on the mat is the most important part. Breathing in, out. I was interviewed by a woman named Helen Morris, who lives in New Zealand, who's a shiny white mom, and her daughter Tal is beautiful. And her podcast is called The Beautiful Side of Grief, and it's out today. Just came out today. I was interviewed by her in November, so it's a long time, but in case you'd like to listen to the podcast, it talks about the book and it talks about helping parents heal. I always feel grateful when people are interested in helping parents heal, especially people from halfway across the world. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here, in and out. Then slowly inhale as you draw those knees to center. Good job. Rock back and forth. Let's see how we are at time. And then from here, let's go ahead and place our hands behind our thighs, spinal rolls from shoulder to tailbone and back again, allowing each vertebrae to come back into alignment. We're going to come up to the mats, at the tops of the mats, and then prepare our mats to move in to Yoga Nidra. So you're going to need a pillow and a blanket, as well as an eye pillow if you'd like to. Make sure that you're warm enough because your body temperature goes down during Yoga Nidra. It's really good to have a bolster for your knees, but if you don't have one, you can place your feet as wide as the mat and your knees together so that your knees stay up, because if you extend your legs, your lower back will start hurting by the end of the practice. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off. You can do the same if you'd like to, or leave it on. Wherever you are is perfect. But before I do so, I'm going to go ahead and put our playlist on for Yoga Nidra. Since I changed my phone, it wants me to do things every time that I open anything. I have to do a bunch of stuff, which I don't want to do. So here we are, starting the playlist. And as I say, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my camera. You can do the same, or you can stay where you are. Whatever you want to do is perfect. And again, settle in, make yourselves comfortable. It is time for Yoga Nidra. You should be lying on your back with the knees slightly bent and supported. Make sure that you are warm enough and that your position is one that will be comfortable for the duration of the practice. It is best that you remain still during Yoga Nidra so that both your body and your brain have a chance to fully relax. However, if you become uncomfortable, please feel free to change position. Allow your eyes to close and keep them closed until the practice has ended. The practice of Yoga Nidra is a practice of yogic sleep that will guide you to the hypnagogic state, a state of consciousness between wakefulness and sleeping. Try to remain awake by listening to the sound of my voice. You will be asked to move your awareness to various bodily sensations, emotions, and images. Try not to concentrate too intensely, as this may prevent you from relaxing. During this meditation, please use and absorb what you need in the moment and leave the rest behind. If the mind becomes overactive with thoughts and worries, just come back to the sound of my voice. Become aware of any sounds you hear in this moment. Nothing else but what you can hear without strain. Begin to focus on the most distant sounds that you can hear. Let your sense of hearing radiate outward, searching out these distant sounds and following them for a few moments. Move your attention from sound to sound without labeling the source. Gradually bring your attention to closer sounds, to sounds outside your room, to sounds inside your room, to sounds inside this room. Without opening your eyes, visualize the four walls of your room, the ceiling, the floor, your body lying on the floor. Visualize your body lying on the floor, the position of your body, your clothes, your hair, your face. Become acutely aware of the existence of your physical body lying on the floor. Become aware of your natural breath. Become aware of your natural and spontaneous breath that moves in and out of your body without any effort. The natural breath flows in through both nostrils. Notice the feeling of the breath as it comes in and out of your nostrils. There is a sense of coolness as you inhale the breath. Follow this feeling into your nose, your sinuses, the backs of your throat, into your lungs. There is a sense of warmth as you exhale the breath. Feel this warmth on your upper lip as you breathe out. The natural breath flows through both nostrils during the inhale and the exhale. Allow your breath to become longer and slower. Take a long, slow inhalation, followed by a longer, slower exhalation. Make your exhale even slower. Notice the slight pause after the exhale. Slow inhale, even slower exhale, and pause. Feel the urge to breathe in bubble up inside of you. When you need to inhale, please do so. Long, slow inhale. Longer, slower exhale. And then pause, where the body is neither breathing in nor out. Please continue breathing in this way. Now go back to the natural, easy breath, releasing any control over the inhale or the exhale. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. At this moment, you should make your sankalpa or intention. The sankalpa should be a short, positive statement in simple language Try to discover one naturally. Please mentally state your sankalpa clearly and with awareness 3 times. The sankalpa you make during Yoga Nidra plants a seed in the fertile soil of your mind to bring about transformation and healing. Also, say to yourself, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I am awake and relaxed. We will now begin a systematic journey of sensory awareness throughout the body. You will move your awareness to different parts of your body as soon as you hear them named. Please say the name of the part to yourself and feel that part of your body, but do not move any part. The practice begins on the right side. Right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now go to the back of the body, right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf, right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, back of the head, top of the head, forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the pelvic floor, the whole right leg, the whole left leg, the whole right arm, the whole left arm, the whole face, the whole head, the whole torso, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Now imagine the whole body becoming light, as though your body could float away from the floor and toward the ceiling. The head is light and weightless. The limbs are light and weightless. The torso is light and weightless. The whole body light and weightless. You are rising higher and higher away from the floor. Imagine your body becoming heavy. Feel the heaviness in all parts of the body. Each part is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier. The head is heavy. The limbs are heavy. The torso is heavy. The whole body is heavy. So heavy that it is sinking down into the floor. Awaken the experience of cold in the body, the experience of chilly cold. Imagine being outside in winter without enough clothing. You feel this chill permeating your entire body. Now allow the sensation of warmth to spread throughout the entire body. Remember the feeling of heat in summer when you are out in the sun with no shade. You feel heat radiating onto your skin, heat all around the body. Recollect the experience of anxiety, intense anxiety and worry. Feel this stress in your mind and body, but do not concentrate on its source. Create the experience of anxiety as clearly as possible. Now, allow the feeling of complete calm to envelop you. Manifest the experience of calm in your entire mind, body, and emotions. You are completely relaxed. You are completely calm. Begin to concentrate on the space in front of your closed eyelids. Imagine before you a transparent screen as though you were at the movie theater. The screen is as high and as wide as the eyes can see. Concentrate on this mind screen and become aware of any phenomena that manifest within it. Colors, patterns, and light. Whatever you see is the manifesting state of your mind. Continue your awareness of this space, but do not become involved. Practice detached awareness only. If any subtle images make themselves known, simply notice them without directing the images. If thoughts occur, let them come and go, but continue watching the dark space. Continue this with detached awareness. Now, a number of different things will be named, and you should envision them on the level of emotion, memory, and imagination as best you can. Jump from image to image as soon as you hear it. Red desert, peacock feather, Buddha meditating, the touch of a loved one, a good night's rest, a full moon, your reflection in a mirror, a foggy morning, the sun shining overhead, a bouquet of flowers, a tall tree, a babbling brook, receiving help from others, clear water, a relaxing afternoon, your favorite food, laughing with friends, a warm embrace, a burning candle, a temple on a mountain, a path in the woods, a vibrant sunset, taking a deep breath, a cat stretching, a beautiful garden path, your favorite song, the sound of my voice, your body lying on the floor. It is time to repeat your sankalpa. Please repeat the same statement made at the beginning of the practice 3 times mentally now. Finish with the line, I am whole, healed, and healthy. Come back to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain your awareness of breath and at the same time develop your awareness of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and lying on the floor. Feel the container of your skin and the clothes and props that are touching you. Notice the heaviness of your body as it rests on the floor, and take your awareness into all the points that are touching the floor, the back of your heels, your thighs, your buttocks, your shoulder blades, your arms, your hands, and your head. Do not open your eyes yet, but visualize the surrounding room. Imagine where you are in the room and the other objects that are around you. Lie quietly until you feel ready to move. Start by slowly moving your hands and feet. Take your time, there is no hurry. And then when you're ready, slowly roll over onto the right side in the fetal position and remain here for a few breaths. Then using the strength of your arms, come back to a seated position facing the front of the room. Legs are crossed. Hands are at Anjali Mudra. Heads are bowed in honor of our practices. From the place deep in my soul that I know to be pure and true, I bow to and honor that same place that resides within each of you. Thank you so much for coming to practice yoga with me on this beautiful Thursday. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Maybe see you at the library. And if not, definitely tomorrow. Namaste. Thank you all. I'm glad that you were here. And put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And I'll definitely see you tomorrow. And if you guys come to the library,